Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Bongisizo Buthelezi. Welcome to this demonstration of a FarmTrack SA blockchain solution, which is a blockchain solution that is designed to mitigate or reduce counterfeit drugs in the pharmaceutical supply chain in South Africa. In this simulation, I will walk you through how different stakeholders such as manufacturers, regulators, distributors, pharmacists, and patients interact with the system. The main function of this blockchain demo is to highlight blockchain features such as traceability, transparency, immutability, as well as security. So another thing that I need to mention is that this blockchain system simulates the Hyperledger Fabric network. Okay, so now what you are looking at, we are looking at the dashboard for the entire system. However, we can zoom in based on the regulator such as SAPRA, or the manufacturer, or the distributor, the pharmacist, the patient, or we can just look at the network analytics where we can look at the performance metrics of this system. Okay, so now the other thing that you also need to take note of is that we have the live drug batch monitoring, which shows that this system is capable of live of real-time tracking or showing data in real time, right? So now we have these 3 drugs that are already in our system. The status you can see, one of them is dispensed, one of them is in transit, one of them is sitting at a pharmacy, right? So now each drug has its own unique batch ID, which also helps us to track and verify each drug on our system. Another thing that we need to look at is that the performance metrics of our system. As you can see, the total batches are 3, as we have looked at those 3 batch IDs for those 3 drugs. Then the pending approvals are 0 for now. The prescriptions, we have 2 that were prescribed earlier. And then it also shows us that this Hyperledger has the transmission per second of 1,200, meaning that at a given time, it can process 1,200 transactions. Then the network latency is all about the speed of our blockchain system. It also shows us that this system has a capability of being integrated with RS solution, which is the system that most of South African hospitals use. And then it can be also integrated with SAPRA regulatory portal. It can also be integrated with National Health Insurance as well as the provincial health departments. Then it also shows that this system has the capability of the security as well as the compliance. One of them is the end-to-end encryption, meaning that now all the transactions that are performed in this system are protected. The information is encrypted. So security is one of the features, as I have mentioned, that we'll look at security, we'll look at immutability, we'll look at traceability, we'll look at the transparency as the features of blockchain. So POPIA compliant, meaning that it complies with POPIA Act, ISO 27001 certified, meaning that this is the international standard for information security management system, meaning that our system also comply with international regulations. Then, let me now take you through the functionality of our system. So, in pharmaceutical ecosystem, everything begins with the manufacturer, where they create a new drug batch, where each entry is captured with a tampered proof records, meaning that when you are a manufacturer, you will come here and click on the dashboard for the manufacturer. You will now see that you can register the new drug batch information, and then for now there's nothing that is available that is registered or that is pending, right? But now let's go ahead and create information or enter or capture the information for a new drug that we have just created. So the name will be flu combo. It's just a random name, the flu combo, just for demonstration. Then the manufacturer, so let's call it the farm manufacturers, so the pharmaceutical manufacturers. And then the location, let's say we are sitting at Devon, in KZN, Devon. Batch size, let's create 10,000. Let's manufacture 10,000. The date of manufacturer, it's today on September in 2025. This will expire in September of 2027. Let's give it 2 years. And then once we create and submit this page to SAPRA, it will also update here on the batch status. So let's do that. Create, and then it says that batch 5400 successfully registered and submitted to SAPRA for approval. So meaning that inside it, within the manufacturer itself, we have performed the quality assurance. Then our drug has passed that quality assurance. Then it was passed to SAPRA for approval. Then they will also look at their specifications. If we meet their standards, then they will approve it, or they will reject it if we don't meet it, right? So now it is there. So we can also go to SAPRA now to see the status there. It shows that batches are awaiting SAPRA approval. This is one of them, which is the flu combo. We can approve or we can reject it, right? So based on the list here, you can see it's not here yet because it is not approved. But now let's assume that SAPRA looked at it, and then it goes to their quality assurance. Then they see that, okay, it meets our standards. Then they approve it. Now it updates on the list there. The flu combo with the batch number 5400. It is available for distribution. The location is Devon. You can also view the details for red. So now it shows that the batch information, the name is flu combo, manufactured by farm manufacturers. Location is Devon. The status is available for distribution. The current location is sitting in Devon. The number of units are 10,000. And then now the steps there, the history, the trail. So meaning that now the traceability, remember the characteristics of blockchain. One of them, I said, it's security. Now we are looking at traceability. So as we can look here, we can look at the audit trail. It shows that the manufacturer was farm manufacturers in Devon. Then this is the information for blockchain. This case is the Hyperledger network. Then the second step, it shows that the quality check was performed locally in the manufacturer site. Then it shows the result that it passed that quality assurance. Then it moved to the next step, whereby it shows that the SAPRA, after passing the local quality assurance, it was sent to SAPRA for their approval. Then they also perform their internal quality assurance, then they approved it. So this is the current status so far. It has been approved by SAPRA. So another thing that is also interesting, it is the blockchain information here, the blockchain and the quality. So this shows us that there is a blockchain hash, which is this number. So actually, what is the blockchain hash? It is a unique digital fingerprint generated for each block of transactions in blockchain network, meaning that every time whenever there is a transaction that is performed, there must be some hash that is generated. So meaning that that is also the information that forms part of security, as well as it also helps in immutability as well as traceability. How does it helps in terms of immutability? This is created using cryptographic function, which is part of security. It ensures immutability. If one character is changed, the hash will be completely different. Each block also contains the hash of the previous block, forming a chain. That's why it is called a blockchain. And this is what makes it tamper evident, because now once you tamper with the information, the entire chain will show that the information was tampered with. That's how now we can see if someone was trying to tamper with the information along the way, right? So how does it work? Meaning that if when the manufacturer enters a new batch, the system will generate a block hash. Then it updates the information right on the system. Then that it will then the next step that will be performed, such as in the regulatory body, they perform their function, and then after performing that, a new hash will be also generated. So that new hash will be performed based on the information that they have, plus the information of the previous hash, which was the manufacturer hash that was produced when the manufacturer was generating that information. And then the regulatory body will pass that into the next step, which is the distributor. Then the distributor will perform the transaction, meaning that now the new hash will be generated. That new hash that is generated is based on the information of the distributor plus the previous hash of the regulatory body, right? So that's how now it forms the sequence or the linkage of blocks or the chains, right? That's how they came up with the immutability functionality or the characteristic. So that's why it is so important for those 4 characteristics to mention in our demonstration. So now that we have SAPRA approved the drug, now it is available for distribution, meaning that now the distributors they can come and collect that drug from Durban, and then they distribute it into hospital. So in our case, now the distributor will come and log into this dashboard. Then they will see that they have 2 available batches, right? What are those 2 batches? The paracetamol as well as the flu combo. However, for now, they cannot do anything. So it also comes back to the security characteristic to say that this system is secured, meaning that now only the approved distributors by the regulatory body or whoever, or there will be procedures obviously that will be followed by the pharmaceutical supply chain ecosystem to say who will distribute. Then they will have to enter their details here. So the approved company will come, and then the driver will enter their name, says where is the driver for the distributor, and then the name there is the let's say it's the distro yeah, let's just call it the distro. So meaning that this is the name of the distribution company that is transporting our drugs or our medication. So now once they have logged in there, you can see now that they can interact with the system, right? So this one is marked as delivered because it was delivered previously. So this is the company that is registered as and it is well known in the in the pharmaceutical ecosystem. So now if we go to the pharmacist or into the hospital dashboard, we can see that we have the insulin available for dispense. Then this is just the two medications that were dispensed long time ago, 30 days ago, 7 days ago, right? So previously. So now we were just looking at what we have, but let's come back to the distributor because we are working with the flu combo, right? If we come back to the distributor, we see that the flu combo is still on its way. Oh no, it's not on its way. So the distributor hasn't agreed to distribute it. Let's say now they agree, then they ship it to hospital, and then they click here, and then let's go and check the status on the regulator. It shows that now the flu combo is in transit, right? Now it is moving to the hospital, right? So after few days or after few hours, depending on the distance, then the distributor arrives at the hospital and they go to the pharmacist department. They deliver the drug and then they log into the system and they mark that transaction as delivered, right? Then we can go to regulatory dashboard to see what is the status. It shows that now the status has changed to at pharmacy because now it has been delivered. So now we can come back to the dashboard of the pharmacist, whereby now the pharmacist or the doctor or the nurse or whoever is responsible at the hospital to receive that can log in, and now we can see that they will have to enter the hospital name, the location of the hospital before they can interact with the system. However, we can see that the flu combo is already in the hospital, right? So now let's say the hospital name now, let's say now the hospital name is Chris-Ani. Let's use the one that is there as an example. Chris-Ani hospital location in Johannesburg, Soweto, Johannesburg. So now they can interact with the system, right? They can dispense whenever there is a patient that is sick in terms of flu, right? Let's assume that now there's a patient that is diagnosed with flu. So this is a patient that is well known in this hospital. They came before, then they were given these two medications, right? But now they came back for flu. So we realized that this patient is having flu, then the patient is diagnosed with flu, then the medication is dispensed to the patient. The name of the patient is SIPO. We capture the information for a patient. The doctor who diagnosed or who is looking after this patient is Dr. Buthelezi, Dr. Buthelezi, and then we click OK. So now this drug is dispensed to SIPO. Now the information is already captured there. Dr. Buthelezi is the one who dispensed the information, the drug, And then now, SIPO wants to see if this medication is not counterfeit, right? So they can use the batch number for this medication. So let's see what happens if they use the wrong batch. Let's assume that the medication was tampered while it is in the hospital. Someone came and changed the information of the batch, and then SIPO, let's, for the argument's sake, SIPO now have the information, the drug that has batch number batch number 7901 instead of 7. Where is flu combo? Okay, flu combo is okay, yeah. Then they verified. It shows that verification failed. Invalid QR code or batch number. Please contact your pharmacist. So now that's how SIPO can see that if the batch number doesn't correspond with the original batch number that was manufactured, then there's a problem. However, if SIPO is still using the same batch number for the flu combo that was produced by the system during the manufacturing process, then they verify that. Then now the results are different. It shows that the medication is verified, as authentic, and then this is the information about the medication. Then he can further go to the view complete journey. Now it will show the entire process. Remember, the BlockHash will be the main, the original BlockHash that was generated during the manufacturing, or when the manufacturer captured the information for the first time. So SIPO can also see the same information. So meaning that this is an authentic drug that he has received. So now the complete chain, it shows that manufacturing started so SIPO now is just looking at this information on his side. It was manufactured at Durban by which company? Farm manufacturers. Then step number 2, the quality check was performed within that farm manufacturer in Durban. Then the drug passed the quality check. Then it was sent to SAPRA for approval. Then SAPRA approved it in step number 4 at their head office. Then the drug was shipped to hospital. The driver is Sizwe. The name of the company who shipped the drug is Distro. And then it was delivered at the hospital. And then it was dispensed by Dr. Buthelezi at Krizani Hospital in Soweto. Then they can also download the certificate. If they want to, they can view it. It shows the information for the certificate. Again, it's still the same information. The batch number is there. The drug name is there. The flu combo, the manufacturer is the farm manufacturers. The manufacturer date is 2509 on the 13th. The expiry date is on the 2027. Then the quality score is also there. Then this is the information of the network now. This is the information for the network, the Hyperledger blockchain, and then the certification date. So this is just the information that SIPO can also look at. Hence, we were saying that this is transparent. It is available to everyone who's part of the system. Or SIPO can do what? They can close this and they can view, because they downloaded two files. Another file is simpler to read because it's just written in plain English. The pharmaceutical quality certificate, the batch certification report, certificate number. Then it was issued on this day. It is valid until this date. the product information for the drug. The drug name is there, flu combo. The batch ID is also there. The manufacturer name, which is the farm manufacturers, the date it was manufactured, it will expire on this date. The batch size, 10,000 were generated. And then the regulatory approval. So for governance now, it shows that this also complies with the governance SAPRA approval number, the SAPRA certificate number, the quality score based on this information when they were testing it, the quality control test results from SAPRA, then the information for Hyperledger Fabric verification. It shows that there is our network hash that was generated when the manufacturer captured the information. Then this is just the information about the network itself. As I've said that we're using Hyperledger, so these are some of the characteristics of Hyperledger. So then now SIPO can also look at the information such as the supply chain audit trail. So the drug was manufactured by this manufacturer company called Farm Manufacturers in Durban. The location is there, the timestamp is there. Then now the mutability part, the BlockHash. As you can see, that is a transaction that was performed for this information. Then it went to step number 2 for quality check. After it has passed the quality check, the Hyperledger produced the information for the hash information for that information. So meaning that information on the blockchain is just represented by this number. So meaning that this number is also linked to the previous hash of this manufacturer, which started the process. Then step number 3, we have SAPRA approval requested. And then that information again is also hashed and produced or compiled in that hash by the blockchain system. So meaning that this is the hash for this information, which also links back to this previous hash. And then now the next step, SAPRA approved the drug. Then the information for that, this is SAPRA, the location at the head office, the timestamp, it is there, the date as well as the time. And then now it was shipped to hospital by Sizwe with using this company called Distro. And then all this information again, it is compiled by the blockchain system, and then it compiles the hash based on the previous hash again. And then now again it was delivered to pharmacy. The participant there is Sizwe, who delivered the information from this company. Then the hospital pharmacy is the location where it was delivered. Then that information, the blockchain also produced the hash or generated the hash for that information. And then it was dispensed to a patient by Dr. Buthelezi at the Krizani Hospital in Soweto. Then the blockchain at the end hashed that information. And then now another important information in closing. Now SIPO can also read that this certification statement, this certificate confirms that the pharmaceutical product identified above has been manufactured, tested, and distributed in compliance with South African Medicines and Medical Devices Regulatory Authority, which is SAPRA. And then good manufacturing practice standards, meaning that these standards were also followed. The World Health Organization quality standards were also followed. International Conference on Harmonization Guidelines. Then all test results meet the approved specifications and quality standards. This product is certified as safe and effective for patient use, which shows that it is safe, meaning that SIPO can also trust the product. SIPO can trust the system. Certified by SAPRA Quality Assurance Division, Digital Verification, Hyperledger Fabric Verified Supply Chain. So this is the information that SIPO can have access to everyone in the system, they can have the information whereby they can verify and go back and check if the drug is quality. So this is how our system ensures that it can mitigate the problem of drug counterfeiting in our country. I thank you. This will be the end of my demonstration.